Ready? Third call to order. Could we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In accordance with requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice has been given of tonight's meeting to the Star Ledger and Express Times, has been posted on the bulletin board by the main office of the Franklin Township School, sent to the Township Clerk and to all Board of Education members, and posted on the school website on January 10th, 2025. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Clemens, Mr. Ferndorf, Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. Lumenko.
Yes.
Mr. Luciano.
Yes.
Mr. Metz.
Yeah.
Mr. Norton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for board action A, approval of minutes? In a second? Thank you. So we have approval of minutes from July 22nd, regular meeting and executive meeting. Any discussion?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'll wait for the motion, the second we can do the vote.
I'm
Thank you.
good. No discussion. And can we get a voice vote? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No abstentions? Thank you. And if we can move on to the school business administrator report, Mr. Kramer.
Yes, we have a few resolutions. We were first four resolutions, which are annual. We do have the June and July financial reports on this agenda. If you recall, the June was held up just because I didn't have it ready. Didn't get numbers from the state until late. And when you close out the year, it does take a little longer to finalize the financials. There are two additional resolutions, both relate to our transportation. One is for the regular education program and the other one is for the special education program. The audit was completed Thursday. When I say completed, the field work was completed. Everything sounds good. It doesn't sound like there'll be any audit recommendations. They are hoping to have the audit approved in October, and that will depend on when the state provides them with numbers that they need to put in the audit. If you recall, a couple of years ago, it was as late as January that they got the numbers from the state. We're not anticipating it this year to be like that, but October is our plan to bring the audit to the board for presentation. I think that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your hard work so that the audit went smoothly.
And any questions? I was asked any questions? No, thank you. Thank you.
Superintendent report, please.
Thank you. Our school building looks great, thanks to our custodial staff. They worked tirelessly to get our rooms ready, our hallways, and all the places in between. So thank you to Judy and her wonderful team. Our 12-month employees have also worked just as hard in preparing for this upcoming school year. This dynamic team has continued to rise to the occasion with anything that I ask of them. So thank you to Kim, Crystal, Margaret, Cheryl, Amelia, Larry, and Mark. The writing challenge that I spoke about earlier a few months ago, good news, I've received more letters, so that makes me very happy. And one student in particular has gone back and forth multiple times, and her writing alone has improved so much it's not even funny. It makes me happy. I also want to take a moment to thank Mrs. Norton and her team of volunteers in cleaning, managing, weeding, decorating, and cataloging our library. The countless hours don't go unnoticed, and it looks incredible. It really does. It's amazing. Really, you should see it. We still have some open positions, our pre-K maternity leave, our second grade maternity leave, and our drama position. There were 2 applications today that we received. I have not opened them yet, so I don't know whether or not we'll be bringing them in for interviews, but if they look great, then we will do that this week. We did have CPR training for the invited staff, and that happened last Tuesday, August 12th. And our teacher book club met on August 5th, and we chose our next 2 book titles. So we remain committed to reading professionally among colleagues. That's it. Any questions?
I have
Oh, yes.
one question.
Sure.
So
That's fantastic news about the library. I'm kind of sad as I've seen, I guess, progressions in the library, maybe regression in use of the library since my kids were little and grown up. I'm curious, what's the plan to utilize the library? Will there be opportunities for kids to go and check out books? Are we going to run that with like parent volunteers to staff and check out the books and help, or?
Yes, and we've scheduled, Mrs. Capovali's scheduled with, being able to go into the library this year. So she's got time, instead of having a homeroom, she'll be going in there and doing that. And the, younger students will have time to go in and have a library time with her.
And they'll be able to bring books home and things.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank
What two
you.
books were the titles for your book club?
Yeah.
I got you. on
I
that
do,
one.
the one that I'm reading right now is, Lessons in Chemistry.
I just finished it.
And the second one, I don't remember because I didn't start it yet. So I have not read that one yet. But this one's really good so far. I love her. She's a dynamo. The main character. You gonna read that, Mr. Knott?
It's a now on paper, maybe.
Okay.
It's tough to keep up with you.
They'll be creating lessons in chemistry because I will be dropping that at the house.
Okay.
I got it. You'll get it next. Sorry, I was sitting in the back trying not to interrupt the conversation. And when you said lessons in chemistry, I went, yes. I have it. It's literally sitting on my nightstand. I just finished it.
Freebie.
Yeah, so you'll have it in your mailbox. So you want it or not. It's a good one. What?
Would you like to discuss?
Yeah. Reading lessons in chemistry.
I don't remember the second book because I haven't read it. I haven't started it yet. I have it in my email, but I just, one at a time, and I just put it in my Audible and I'm listening to it on my way to and from work. The second one, I can't remember. I'd have to look it up because I haven't started it.
All right, that's fine.
Do you want to discuss the goals and organization chart now, or
Sure.
there's a lot of work that I know you put into this. If you want to discuss it, that'd be great.
I left on your, at your seats, there was a.
District goals?
The district goals that we've broken down. There's 4 goals that I've pulled using our strategic plan. And coupled with our mission statement, and came up with those 4 goals and then broke them down into SMART goals. Thank you. Thank you. So that we can obtain them and kind of, unpack them throughout the year. So that's the first one. The second one is like hot off the press. I just literally, I think, sent it out to you guys last night, our updated org chart. Just for you to look at. No one else has that yet. So I'll take it as it's a go, since I haven't heard from anybody. Mr. Kramer has had me redo it about 14 times. So he has not. I'm just kidding. But it seems like it's a go because it fits everybody's talents and scope of work. And if it's a go, then we'll put it, I'll unpack it during our opening day with our teachers and then put it on the website.
Would you post the district goals as well?
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
be great. Thank you. Thank you for your work
I
on that.
did send a letter home to parents with the goals on there so that they were aware of what we were going to be working on this year.
Thank you. I just wanted to review what happened last meeting and what we're doing right now regarding the restructuring and what we voted on, because it sounded like there's a little bit of confusion out there. So last month, we voted to abolish the principal position. And instead, we created a joint superintendent-principal dual role. That role was open. We have a search committee who was working diligently over the past month, posting for the job descriptions, accepting applications, interviewing, passing along top candidates. We have received the top candidate. We are in negotiations for the contract. So obviously we can't announce anything right now, but that is the step we're at now. And we're going to need to schedule a special meeting between now and September 1st. Once the contract goes through legal, we meet in the middle and finalize it. So we'll check the date, we'll do the date in new business, but I just wanted to clarify that. And then the vice principal role, that is on the agenda to approve. But we created the position last month, and that role will roll up underneath the super dash principal, and the teachers will follow up underneath that. The vice principal will assist with code of conduct, issues such as that, to alleviate the superintendent dash principal position of the joint responsibilities. So there was an elimination of a position. There was 2 newly created positions. We are voting on one tonight, and we are at the 90% stage for the superintendent dash principal. So just to clarify, yes.
If you're okay with me adding to that.
Yeah, please.
You mentioned that the committee was working over the last month, but I do want to call out that it's even prior to that.
Absolutely.
The committee was formed, I believe, in May timeframe. We'd have to go back and double check because I am speaking off the cuff when I speak about exactly when it was formed, but the committee was formed prior to the summer months in anticipation of wanting to ensure that we structure this role appropriately. We found the right person for this role to make sure that it was the right path forward for not only our students, but also our student parents and the community. So I know you mentioned we worked really hard over the last month. I just wanted to call out the members of the committee with me have worked for more than just last month. It's been a multi-month effort to ensure that we are doing this the right way. And I'm just adding to what you already shared, which was very, very accurate.
Thank you. Thank you for the committee's work. We appreciate it very much. On to public comments. All comments will be directed to the board president. The board will not respond to complaints from and to school personnel unless the chain of command has been followed without satisfaction. Furthermore, the board cannot respond to any complaints from the public directed at any district employee or student, as the board must protect each employee's and each student's right to privacy. Those wishing to share comments during this portion of the meeting are asked to sign the register at the podium and state their name, place of residence, and group affiliation if applicable. Public comment shall be concise and to the point and shall not contain abusive, defamatory, or obscene language. Each speaker will be given up to 3 minutes. Following any public comment? Public comment closed. Okay, and now on to finance and facilities. It's been a busy summer. Correct, Mr. Kramer? Some updates for everyone. So we're going to start with the capital projects. During finance and facilities, we had H2M. We had 2 employees and 1 contractor attend the finance and facilities meeting. For the parking lot improvements, H2M, the architects have received the approval to obtain a new survey of our site, which is necessary so that they can complete the plans. Design drawings are on hold until they obtain the new survey. Was the survey completed
It's going to be completed within this week or next week.
this week? And then it'll take about 2 weeks to get the results back, a couple more weeks to get the drawings. So
I think at our next finance committee, they'll be able to present something.
So a couple of weeks into September, we should receive that. Regarding the new bathrooms, the rebid is scheduled for September 3rd to open the bid up. We are scheduled to award the bid for that project at this next September board meeting, pending the results. And for the backup generator, we have received some feedback. We've received some plans. One of the most important aspects of this is that H2M is working to ensure that the parking lot improvements and the backup generator projects coincide timing wise so that there's no duplicative action there. And once we get the plans for the parking lot, we'll be able to extend on the generator. But everything is in motion. For the track has been completed and we are seeking a second quote to complete the fitness stations, but the track is complete and ready to go for the first day of school, which thank you, that's wonderful, great for the students. JCP&L audit. Do you want to discuss this?
At the next finance committee, we're going to be reviewing the results of the JCP audit. Administratively, we're going to be meeting with them Wednesday to go over the results, what it looks like right now, but I have to qualify if anything comes out of the meeting that we have. They are going to provide 51% of the funding to replace, to replace the 6 rooftop units. Total cost is just under 1.8 million. If they're picking up 51%, then basically half we'll have to come up with. So at the next committee meeting, we'll be discussing this further to see what the committee decides to do, and then we'll bring the results of that to the full board.
I have a question. You say that
1% of the rooftop units. I'm sorry, I have no place to. The in-classroom units is what I was interested in asking about as I'm trying to figure out how to clip this. The in-classroom units, are they in scope for JCP&L to subsidize, or is it just the rooftop unit that they're looking to subsidize?
Right now, just the rooftop.
Okay,
When they come out Wednesday, they're bringing individuals that will be reviewing the other units in the district.
but at this point in time, the rooftop unit is of interest for them and what they're willing to subsidize. The in-classroom units, which also need replacing, those are out of scope for what JCP&L has discussed with
They
this.
did not review they only reviewed the 6 rooftop units. They didn't look at anything else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so to summarize, you said that the estimate is 1.7 to replace all 6 units.
Yes,
JCP&L will kick in 51%. So that leaves us as a board at around 842,000 to replace all 6 units, correct?
yes.
All right.
I wrote down 1.8, but I bet I just added
I
that
was
number.
rounding up.
No, that's 1.721 rounded.
1.721. I wasn't trying to get into a debate over acronyms, but
We've gone back and forth over the HVAC system as to what this, I can't view this as anything but good news. It's the first time they gave solid numbers on specific units. Am I correct about this?
Yes.
With values for those units and an actual, let's not say anything's written in stone, but they're projecting 51% of a 1.8. Let's estimate positively to 1.8. Them kicking in that type of money, when I first got here, it's not the whole bill that we were discussing for the facilities project, but the fact that they're giving over 800 grand towards these projects is something that we should, one, be super thankful for, but two, we're chasing this, right? We're doing our best to ensure that this happens, not on the financial end, but at least on the procedural end, so we have everything lined up to do it. Did they give a window of when they would be able to make this happen?
Not soon enough.
Fair enough.
but what is that window?
When I spoke,
Or have they not?
I'm sorry.
No, I was going back to what I was going back to what Matt said. Did they give a window or did they not?
When I spoke to them a month ago, they indicated they were hoping to do it over the winter.
Hoping for over the winter. So nothing definitive.
No, we didn't
We
sign
we just received the quote.
it, and we didn't sign it.
That's fine.
But yes, it's
Great
very,
news.
very great
So
news.
we always talk about bad news. This is
Yeah, no.
pretty great news. And how, of those 6, is that the majority of the facility? Does that include the common areas, the gymnasium, offices, things of that sort?
We have 6 rooftop units.
And we're replacing all of them.
They're replacing all the rooftops.
Fair answer.
But there are other units that are not rooftop that also need to be looked at.
And are those individual window units or those, you gotta forgive me. I know we're doing the tour, but I'm not,
They're unit ventilators, they're in each classroom.
Gotcha, but they're not attached to a bigger system.
In a server room.
And those have to be cheaper than the six rooftop units is the nut of this entire HVAC system. Am I wrong about that?
I'm gonna say you're 50% right.
I'll take it. Fair enough. I'll take 51%.
I guess I'm gonna launch off that and say, yes, you're not wrong. And also, we have in classroom units that need replacing, that are out of scope for what JCP now.
You said they were bringing somebody to look at them.
They're coming on Wednesday.
So come in on Wednesday to look
I
at it.
don't think they're out of scope.
So
yet.
we're waiting to see if JCP&L would be willing to
Right.
also replace this.
Yeah, I think that's a question. I guess my question is, it's great news, but why do they do this? Like, out of the goodness of their heart, giving us $800,000, or are they subsidized by the state? Like, how does this make sense for them to do?
My understanding of the program is that our taxpayers, when they pay their bill, are putting money into a program that will help public entities. And what they're looking for is savings, it has to prove that there's going to be, making the change will be more efficient for the needs of the electrical system. It's going to reduce it so there's less cost. So that's the incentive for them to, am I saying this right?
Well, yeah, I can help. So
Thank you.
some parts of the contract that we would sign, the last part of it is marketing. So they're doing this for marketing purposes. That's where they get the kickback. So, they being Tri-State Light and Energy will request your specific permission for the following: adding your logo to our website, act as a reference where you agree to share your experience with potential customers, press release which requires your final review and approval, case study detailing your experience and the energy efficiency programs used to execute your project, attributing your quotes in public testimonials, mailings, or collateral. So essentially, they're using us as the test run for marketing purposes, and in order to do that, they're going to give us 51%.
I would have, it might be 50% of both those answers. It's definitely, I highly doubt that they're paying this out of pocket. It has to be a built-in incentive. The marketing and them doing it for marketing is them to write off a marketing expense on it as well. But the heart of it is an incentive program to lower demand on grid would be my guess by going after the biggest companies. Is that the term you're looking for? I got you. You said, I was just quoting you from the F&F committee. Those are your words.
Can that marketing agreement be shared with the full board before we?
It's,
I didn't hear.
I'm sorry,
I didn't hear.
can you just
Can that
the
marketing
contract,
agreement be shared with the full board, please?
the contract that you received, so it's on
What I shared with the finance committee, shared with the full board.
Yes,
the
please.
second to last page under marketing.
Yes, please.
Okay, and
Do they also want to sponsor a theater or a gymnasium?
They can put a logo,
They're looking to throw
yeah.
money at it? I just said, yeah. Softball field, that's the way you think.
We had a meeting with Strauss Esme today. They came in person and that was the last thing I said to them before they left. I'm like, we have a great theater downstairs that would be great with Phil McCacro's name on it.
Mhm.
He's like, really? You have a great theater? I'm like, sure, I'm gonna come bring it downstairs and show it to you. We take corporate sponsors.
Do they accept?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still
They
working.
laugh awkwardly. It's
Just
not
still working on
comfortable,
it.
yeah.
Still working.
Yet is the key word. So under finance and facilities, the last bullet, there are no solar system savings, but solar panel system savings. We did receive a report for 2024. Report shows delivery service savings of $21,653 and a rate savings of $34,397. So we're looking at around 56,000 in savings from having the solar panel contract.
Since inception.
No, last year.
So that's yearly.
That's the annual.
50K. People who are concerned about the solar field, we're producing $50,000 worth of savings
About
by having
56
that contract we didn't pay for.
per year. That was last year. Additionally, facilities tours, we have set up with board members. We have two, one next Monday and one
September 3rd.
September 3rd, second day of school. So those are scheduled. The budget calendar is already released. Mark is ready for budget season. So this starts October 1st. Just when it ends, it starts again. Sports shed. Update for this. From what I understand, we're expecting hopefully the end of August. And the dimensions are going to be the same as the current shed. It's going to go on the same, in the same location. Still be 12 by 24. Going to be installed. Cost is taken care of. No cost to the board. Thank you, PTA. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I believe that's all I have for finance and facilities. If I can get a motion to vote on A through F. And a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Financial reports, budget transfers, bill list, use of facilities, joint transportation, and joint transportation for special education.
Why are we so much higher on that one? In the other schools? We're not
Special
higher.
ed
Yeah,
transportation?
that one. Why are we so much higher? Why is our per diem so much higher?
Higher than who?
Union and North.
Well, each aid is dependent on the
Is it
student.
just the number of students? Is that what it is, or?
The per diem aid rate, Mark?
I didn't miss the question. I'm sorry. I'm looking.
So right here.
Why is it so much higher? I would have to follow up on that, but the bids would come in and whatever the bid indicated would be, and then the commission would go with the lowest bid.
And each student has different needs when there's an aid on the bus, so
I
it's.
know Union doesn't have an MD room. We do. I don't know if that would make more of an increase. Not sure about with North.
So it's more of a student specific.
It reads like
Cost.
more student specific, like the mathematics have us paying 50% of it. So my guess would be that we have 50% of the services that are being used. I'm just guessing based off the numbers.
Any discussion or questions for A through F?
The other thing that we're saying is that the numbers for transportation are insane. I'm just saying it out loud as a taxpayer. You're talking just the busing alone, you're talking about $500,000 for the school. It's a significant portion of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And this is after working together as a co-op to receive the lowest. This is not just Franklin going out to bid. This is Hunterdon County ESC and all of the schools involved going out to bid in this.
And for the regular transportation, we do tier with North, so it does bring down the cost.
Oh, no, I don't think for 1 second we're not trying to get the best deals. I'm just saying there's not a lot of deals to shop for out there. This is just the price of doing business, it sounds like, when it comes to the buses.
It's to verbalize for the public to know.
I completely
That
agree.
we are-
And to say that it is what it is, but to point it out too is worthwhile.
Has there been, because I know there was some talk about it a while back ago about revisiting the routes. Do we need this many routes? Are the buses full? Are they empty? Are people opting out? I know it's, the school year starting right now, but on our list of things to maybe revisit. I don't know, are the buses
Mark,
full
you
or
wanna
are they
answer that?
mostly empty? I don't know.
There are two routes there that are beyond full, and we're actually trying to work that out right now. There's a good possibility that if we add another preschool classroom, we might have to go to an additional route. So no, we can't reduce the route. We're trying our best not to add a route this year.
We're at max on 2 routes.
Two of these routes are.
And that's 2 out of 4 routes.
Or beyond
5
max.
And you're beyond it already, so we're trying to figure out a way to shift. Is there a chance, I'm sorry to jump
That's
my
okay.
ass, is there a chance that we do have to get another bus this year?
We won't know until the school year starts.
Gotcha.
And the buses account for giving every child a seat, or the parents opting out and we're accounting for the kids who are left wanting that seat?
The parents that opt out, we did send the
So you took
waiver
them
out.
away, okay,
And these are the students that are left.
at once.
And I mean, I'm sure they're not on them every day, but for the most part, they're at max on paper.
Yeah.
And we have to have a seat for them.
Question, Mr. Kramer, you said something about if we were to take on more preschool kids, we would have to think about expanding the bus routes.
There's a possibility we might have to add a route.
It's a
Because if
possibility
we're
that
already
we might have to
beyond
have.
max on 2 of our routes,
Are we offering preschool students busing?
They're required with the state program
Mhm.
to offer them busing.
So as we expand into expanded pre-K, we are taking on the cost of busing.
Well,
Those children, I wasn't aware that it was a mandate from the state that we bus those children as well. It is required,
there is a portion of the preschool budget that does pay for the transportation.
but does it cover all of it? Or when you
Does
say
it cover all of this?
portion,
No.
it doesn't
it's-
cover.
no,
It's a portion
it's a
covered.
Proration.
So I probably said this maybe 20 times now, like free preschool is not free. It's not free for the district.
No, you
clearly.
have definitely said this before.
And
I think
again,
I'm just rooting myself in like
no,
the
exactly.
reality of
It's,
the minutia of why your statement was true. I
there's a
never,
lot, there's a lot that
doubted your
goes with
statement.
this free program and what the state mandates. And I would just keep challenging administration, like, do we want this? I mean, it's great for parents to say we've got free preschool. However, there's a lot of cost to a district that's already struggling with costs.
I couldn't agree with you more.
What kind of response do we get on the waivers for people opting out of
I
transportation?
don't know, we sent it a while ago, we did get quite a few.
Yeah.
We did get quite a few. You know the number offhand?
I know the 2 buses that are over full, I think we got 12 back. There are 12 waivers on the 2. I don't remember the others.
But we did get a lot. We did get a lot when we sent them out, but on the 2 that are filled,
When we got those back, were people because I don't think I responded to it. So was there an option that people were just saying, yes, I'm taking the bus? Or was it just reply if you're opting out?
I think it was a reply if you're opting out.
You're automatically on, you have to say that you don't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just wonder how many people got that processed.
Yeah, we might need to resend the waiver.
if
I
it
don't
was
know if
sent,
that's
if it was
maybe
sent
something
this
to kind of
year, I
push.
didn't even see it.
Next year, kind of get the word out that could have significant impact on budget, because I'm still sure there's a lot of people that just, first of all, I don't see a lot of people putting preschoolers on buses, especially K through 8 bus. So maybe that's something to.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure some do. I'm just saying, I'm sure there's a lot that, it's their first kid in school, they're not throwing them on the bus, and, a lot aren't, a lot will. But maybe that's something that we continue to communicate to the public. Hey, if we get more opt-outs, if this is something that fits your lifestyle, there could be significant impact on our budget.
Are we saying that the increase in bus usage of going to 5, the cause and effect of that is the pre-K program?
I think that's where I'm curious.
I would say, yeah.
I'm curious to just in general, because I know we have talked about it a lot, and I don't know how long the contract is binding, and then with the bathroom renovations and then transportation, I think it would be helpful to know like how the cost of all that, right? What's coming from the state and then what's coming from us, if that makes sense. I'd just like to see where we're at.
There is a breakdown of what we get for, you gotta forgive me, I don't know it off the top of my head, but you specifically line item what's coming in from the pre-K program that we get. I don't remember.
The state?
Yeah, the overall number, do you know that?
Between 600 and 700,000.
So we're getting that program for that cost,
For this
yeah.
upcoming year.
But again, but back to that one question, is it the pre-K program that's making it 5 buses now?
I think that's where it'd be helpful just to
Right, I'm saying, we're saying if we add another pre-K classroom
next year.
next year, we'll be adding a bus. Is the numbers drumming up above 4 buses already because of the influx of students into the pre-K program? I'm just trying to find the causation.
Clarification, we have 5 routes. We've had 5 routes.
For as long
So there's
as,
been no.
Oh, gotcha. We
There's
attempted
been
to
no
slide
increase
back
in
to 4.
routes.
Gotcha. Okay. Am I wrong on that?
But your question, like, are those buses at capacity and over because we've taken 3 preschool classes?
Correct.
Probably has to contribute. I don't know,
And
you
don't
know, the
forget,
percentage
there's,
kids
there's
opting out.
harness seats in them too, so it takes seats away from, you know, I don't know, what, young children, you know, yeah. So we have to have the car seats, like, you know, the 5-point harness seats on the buses for the pre-K kids.
So, fine.
So can I ask, just for the sake of moving this forward, so we're not continuing to play the speculation game? I think what I'm hearing is it would be really helpful for the board at large to get a total ROI breakdown on the pre-K program. And that would include busing, that would include state aid, it would include investment into that program, including our, and I don't know who mentioned it, the bathrooms. But is it possible for us to just log a takeaway, and in logging that takeaway, can I ask that we identify which committee is gonna follow through on that is all?
You can throw it to F and F.
Yeah,
We discuss
finance
that
is
all the
fine.
time.
Perfect. So finance and facilities can follow through on that ROI and kind of business case on pre-K as a concept and prove or disprove why this is going to work best for our community, both socially and also financially. Then I think we can.
That's.
I want to
if I were-
set
that's-
expectations.
Yeah, that's a tough, if I stop you.
It's a tough request, but we're not going to solve for it tonight. So I'm asking that we maybe move it to.
I'm just pushing back on the sheer mathematics of it. Let's just say it's 700 grand we get a year for this program. There is no amount that we've invested over this time that won't have us paying off that program within a year or two. Is my point. Say we had to do the bathrooms, whatever. I don't know the numbers of the bathrooms off the top of my head, but they are under 700,000. Say with the amount of money that we get to help with the busing, there's no way that 700 a year, that we're overextending ourselves and not getting a proper investment from this by what's the word I'm looking for? By chasing that investment down. At 700K a year, I'm telling you, it's almost a sheer impossibility.
For me, I just want to see how much is the state paying us and how much are we spending above what
that's
the
right
state's
there.
paying? Because if we're spending anything above what the state's paying for us, I'm at like why are we
We
doing
are
that?
currently, but not over a 2-3 year period. We're investing in the stuff that we need in order to.
I don't
be
know,
part
because
of
we
that
have
program.
additional staff, we have additional classrooms that we wouldn't normally hire staff. Like, I just don't know how far the state money goes versus how much the district has to.
What you're
pay.
asking is totally fair. I'm just
Yeah.
beating to the punchline. A 5-year investment
Mhm.
into that program, we will never spend more money than what we're getting in to make that happen. It's just my guess of what I'm seeing. The investment in the facilities, the investment in the additional busing, those mathematics, there's no way that Mark, you'd be able to speak to it better.
I'll be honest,
Do the audit then.
See what it says.
Yeah. I'm gonna bet you that we're $230,000. Are we on record? Is this being recorded? I'm gonna bet that we're 230 over our investment already. That we're making.
recommending that we bring this to a committee discussion and that we build a business case and that we build that business case based on fact and we prove out the ROI so that we can all have a more fact-based and not gut-based discussion. Because we're doing a lot of, well, my gut says this and my gut says that. I'm recommending in order to move forward with the agenda that we bring this
I
back
disagree
to
with
a
the premise that
committee.
we're talking from the gut. I'm telling you, the sheer mathematics of what it's not an opinion that where the
That's
state
fine.
is giving us more money than we're putting out for the service.
Those numbers are not on the table and they're not on
You
the
think that the
screen.
state is giving us more money? Is that
Over
what?
a 5-year period of time, absolutely. The cost of entrance was the bathrooms. The cost of entrance was the additional busing. Other than that, the 700 or so goes directly into the services. I'm sorry, say again?
Once everything's done, yeah, once, then we'll start to read the rules.
Yeah, we'll remember the ward year 2, year 3. I'm just, of course, do the study. I'm trying to prevent you from having to do more paperwork, but I hear the request.
I'm
You're
recommending,
saying-
I'm not recommending that Mark do the work. I'm recommending that we have committee members who should be doing the work in their committee.
Fair enough.
That's what I mean, if I was misunderstood, I was not recommending that Jen and Mark do the work. I was recommending the committee build a business case. And Mark and Jen might need to provide input into that, but I was not recommending that they do the business case and then provide it to the committee. If that was
Oh, I would
understood,
totally,
then
the only counter I have is, yeah, Mark would absolutely do that.
he could, he will, but he shouldn't.
I'm just gonna do an analysis to start. So I see this being a multi-step thing. So we'll start with a little bit of an analysis. We'll figure out what might be missing. We'll then add to it and then come to a conclusion eventually.
And just a reminder to everyone that we are locked in. We can't get out at this point. We are locked in. It was a 5-year program. So,
4 classroom opening.
correct,
Remember. And
correct.
we're opening the 3rd one this year, and we're at max in space in the building. So we still are committed to open 1 more preschool. So
And while the preschool program grows, the reimbursement from the state also grows because all of your shared personnel, whether it's your secretary, your counselor, your gym teacher, your art teacher, as the percentage of pre-K students grow, that's the reimbursement we receive from the state. So it will continue to grow year after year as the program
So
goes.
do expenses. It's not disparate.
That's fair.
The more kids you have, the more expenses you have, the more staff you might need. I'm just curious, where the heck are 4 classrooms of preschool kids coming from when we've only had 2 kindergarten classes as long as I can ever remember?
And what percentage are?
Crazy. And where are they going after pre-K? They're staying here? We're not.
Well, coming from paid preschools. People are choosing
Yeah,
not
but
to
they have
pay to
be
go to
resident-
private.
But they have to be residents.
Yeah.
And eventually those kids come here for grades, if not kindergarten, 1 through whatever. But we don't ever have enough of 4 sections ever.
But it's pre-K 3 and pre-K 4. That's why we have 2, because we're anticipating having, when they graduate, 2 classes going to kinder. Then the next year, 2 classes. So it's not, yeah, it's really only, it's 2 pre-K 3, 2 pre-K 4.
Is there an argument to be made that the pre-K program is starting a feeder program into the school? Will we get more students from having 4 preschool classrooms that'll because that's good for the school. The weight of more students is good for the school, but I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to look at it I'm trying to look at it from a different angle.
It's possible and it's a hypothesis, but it's not proven. No, we don't know how many of those kids are gonna jump out to
The motion? Yes, sir.
Did we ever look at reimbursing parents? Like having parents, the cost, like, is there a way that we could, because I know some schools do that.
reimbursing parents, did
Well,
you say?
either or, I mean, the special ed is probably the higher cost. So if they would be willing to drive their kids here, we could give them a stipend or pay them for doing that instead of paying these ridiculous.
I believe every IEP meeting this
Year was supposed to approach that conversation with each parent. So that's,
We didn't get any teachers.
In a special ed, we didn't get any.
Correct.
We did have a motion.
I'm sorry, that was a question on a statement. We did. Okay.
all right, for visually, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Cummings,
Yes.
Mrs. Brundle,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. Luciano,
Yes.
Mr. Metz,
Yes.
Mr. Norton,
Yes.
Mrs. Winko,
Yes,
passes.
thank you. Curriculum and education, Mr. Giordano,
I'm gonna take that if you don't mind.
Mrs. Agrino.
Here we have listed our educational services, that are upcoming for the school year. We have professional day, requests. Our virtual and remote program plan, we've submitted, to the state and it was approved. This is just for the board's approval now. We have a list of instructional materials. That was the weeding from the library and technology equipment. That's the first stage of technology equipment from 1974. No, I'm just making that up.
I think you're right.
But there is,
There was a projector from
there's some
74.
very old things that are being housed in the building that we're trying to make room for. So those are the two lists that we are looking to dispose. We have an approval for a guest speaker for our students on October 24th. Two students that are tuition that are received here in Franklin from other districts. And something new that we're going to try this year, approval, we're looking for Fluency Friends reading program. We're going to ask community members for grades K through 3, I think it is, to volunteer to come in and read with our students so that the students can practice their fluency. So it would be, you know, back and forth. The students would read to the volunteers. We had a long discussion this morning with Strauss Esme about the volunteer policy, so we will follow that closely and make sure that everyone is vetted that will be volunteering for our program.
Didn't we have something like this with, younger students reading to older?
Buddy program.
Yes, and those are students on students, and yes, we're gonna continue to that. And one of the things that I would like to see in addition to that is a writing piece to that.
Yeah.
So they can pen pal each other.
Did they not do that this year?
They did,
They
they
did.
did do it.
My daughter told me she didn't.
Oh, no?
First grade?
I know second grade partnered with the pre-K.
Yeah.
This year, so my second grader was reading to pre-K or kindergarten levels.
Was it always second grade?
I don't know if it was always that way, but this past year it was.
I'll investigate internally.
Did you say it was?
The program I started when I was in second grade. Those second graders partnered with the preschool.
So no first.
Practice their fluency, they went and partnered with preschool.
Yeah, and that was my second grader's experience this year was he brought books in and they were approved by his teacher and then he read
So it
to
was never in
younger
first grade?
students.
I mean, I've done the same as that.
Yeah, gotcha. My two daughters need to get their information lined up.
We become a fluency friend for the district.
That's a great
We're gonna
question.
send out a flyer for you and you can volunteer to do that. Come in and read with our students. You can start with lessons in chemistry.
The good to great. I'm still trying to finish good to great.
I'll drop it off at your mailbox and then you can teach it to.
Say that again?
I said, I'll drop it off at the mailbox.
All right,
Then you read it and teach it to the kindergartners.
We'll be sending something out for that.
copy that.
To all community or parents and the
We would like the whole
screening,
community.
and there's gonna be a screening?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that include like background checks with that? Yes, it'll be this through the security that we have in the office. I would love to extend the invitation to our elected officials, our, you know, our police department, our fire department, our first aid department. I would love for all them to come in and we will bring, you know, our flyer to them to see if they'd be interested. Even if we can get them in once or twice, it would be great. Yeah.
Just pivoting for a second, on the Spanish teacher instructional service?
Yes.
Is that our Spanish teacher?
Correct.
And that's not an online service, that's an
It is
in-person?
not online, no, it's the same program that we used last year, the same company and the same teacher.
Okay.
And she has a classroom,
And she has a classroom this year, yes.
making strides. Okay, can I get a motion for A through G? And a second?
Seconded.
And roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Cummins,
Yes.
Mrs. Frondor,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. Luciano.
Yes.
Mr. Metz,
Yes.
Mr. Norton,
Yes.
Mrs. Levinko,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you. Policy and personnel, Ms. Cummins.
All right, policy and personnel, we have staff leaves that I hope everyone has taken a look at. There's really nothing to be discussed there. We have an approval of our substitute teachers. If anyone has questions, please let us know. Leave replacement for our guidance counselor, substitute custodian, approval of a speech therapist for this calendar year. I would like to pause and specifically call out the approval of our vice principal, supervisor of curriculum and academic achievement. Mrs. Aquino, would you like to say anything? I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah,
But this is a big
This is a big deal.
a big deal.
Yes.
We as a board, as I tee this up, I want all of the people in the internets to also hear me say, we made an intentional choice as a board to restructure our top level leaders. And that was driven by both efficiency and cost. And it was a task posed to make sure that we hired the right people for the right roles. And so as we pause on item F, I do want to hand it over to Mrs. Aquino, who did a ton of reviews. There were a lot of people who expressed interest in this role. There were a lot of opportunities for us to review resumes and to look into those individuals. And Mrs. Aquino spent an immense amount of time poring over those resumes and making sure that we were making the right choice. So I tee that up to say,
Yes.
anything that you want to
Thank
say,
you. We
please
had,
do.
I don't remember the exact number, 35 or 38, I think, applicants for that position. I narrowed them down to 7. And then, Mr. Abramos and I brought in 4 to interview. And they were all very good candidates. But Mrs. Lamont obviously was the cream that rose to the top for that particular position. Her answers were terrific. She has been in the position, so she knows what the expectations are. And I know that she's already hit the ground running, doing so many things and trying to bring some new programs to our students. So she is our first and top candidate for the position.
And so as this board moves to vote on letter F, I do want to give a huge shout out for the amount of work that was put in, the amount of sourcing and interviewing and resume reviewing that went into making sure that we were making the right choice at the right time for the right person to come in and really move this position forward. So thank you for that. Approval of a job description is next. Mark does work and we need to make sure that work is on paper. I'll leave you.
We're going to be posting for that position.
We'll leave you to ask if there is anything. Everyone had access to that job description. I didn't have any concerns. Mark does work and we will one day leave
As soon
it.
as you guys approve it.
Yeah,
Can you just explain that? So we're, I'm sorry, Colleen.
no, it's okay.
We're creating a job description
We're updating it.
We're updating it.
and then we're posting for it.
Correct.
But Mark's
Yeah.
right there.
Mark's right there.
We're getting a new Mark, or I'm just saying so people understand.
Yes.
We're
He's
getting a
probably the
different
most,
Mark.
present company excluded, of course, but he's the most important person on the administration.
Yes.
What's the, no one understands the scenario of how long he's gonna be
Okay,
here.
so that's fair. Let's pause on that one. And Mark or Mrs. Aquino or Kellen, you're also, I'm gonna ask somebody at the head of this table. Can you explain, Mark has been with us for quite a long time, longer than we even knew he would be. And we have asked him to stay longer than he was even allowed to. At some point, Mark will not be allowed to stay at Franklin Township School any longer because of, and I'm gonna ask someone to fill in the insert blanks. To Matt's point, there might be folks that don't understand why Mark can't stay with us forever. Do you want to do just a quick primer on why we can't keep you forever in our pockets?
I am a
Yes,
retired
we
school
will.
business administrator. I'm allowed to work as an interim school business administrator up to 2 years. After 2 years, if I were to be extended beyond 2 years, the commissioner has to give approval. What I'm seeing over the last bunch of years, the commissioner gives 6-month approvals beyond the 2 years. And then if a district wants to go to a full 3rd year, you have to make another request to the commissioner, and the commissioner will approve or disapprove that second 6-month stay. I've never seen the commissioner approve anybody going to a 4th year.
And so Mark, for the larger audience, since we are playing to that tonight, when was your 2 years up?
June 30th.
June 30th of 2025.
Yes.
So we have already requested an extension and been granted an extension. That extension lasts until December
December
31st
31st.
of 2025. While we will ask for another extension, most likely, because we adore you and want to keep you going, and you are doing amazing work.
And it's the middle of budget season.
I mean, it's right in the middle of budget season.
Let's be honest.
We also have to balance our desire to keep your expertise within the school with the reality that you cannot stay forever. So not to your point, we are going to pursue minor changes to the job description that will enable us to go out to posting the job description to find somebody who will replace Mr. Kramer for no other reason than the rules of the game will not allow us to keep him as long as we would like to. I think we've covered all of the questions that the community
That explains it.
might have.
A
But
lot of people
yeah,
ask why we wouldn't keep them.
we would keep him forever if we could.
And we're
But we
hoping
can't,
for some
and-
smooth handoff also, again, for the greater
Mhm.
public.
Yeah,
The idea being that we're do some crossover between his work and whoever the eventual new person is, so there's a pretty strong handoff, which has been a problem in the past that we're trying to prevent
Correct.
by stacking the hiring.
So fingers crossed that happens next summer. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I like
If all goes
your
well.
local county superintendent and tell him you'd like to keep him in let's just paper bomb him with letters requesting Mark to stay for a 4th year. No?
so we the next item on the agenda, approval of the first reading of board policies. I want to call out to the board, I hope that you've taken a look at these. The administering medication policy was updated. This is an existing policy. We have added to it the sunscreen policy. Governor Murphy signed earlier this year a piece of legislation that required that we ensure that our children or the children coming into the school system have access to sunscreen throughout the day, have access to sun protective clothing, and that those options are not restricted to those students based on a sign off from a parent or undue barriers to prevent them from getting access to what they needed. So our administering medication policy was updated in order to meet the sunscreen policy requirements that were signed into law earlier this year. I'm going to call out the breakfast versus offer versus serve is something that we already had in a policy for our lunch for our children. It is a federal requirement that if we are taking federal money and we are offering free or reduced lunch to students, that we offer a offer versus serve, which essentially says we will offer certain things, no holds barred, but there are certain things that we must serve. Whether they're offered and accepted, they're still served. So that policy was already in place. From a breakfast perspective, though, we did not have that policy in place. So we have been accepting federal funds and we have been following the federal requirements for breakfast, free and reduced breakfast, and we have not enumerated or formalized a policy around those breakfast funds that was in alignment with what was expected. So we are adding to our lunch offer versus serve policy a breakfast offer versus serve policy that very simply says we must offer a certain selection of items, and for the students that are receiving funds to supplement their breakfast, they must also be served a certain selection of items. They still have choices, and those choices are included in the policy, but they must be offered a certain selection of healthy and nutritious items. So we are waiting on next steps for Strauss Esme. We are waiting for our policy book to be updated. And in the meantime, we are offering these two policies to make sure that we are in alignment with the state and the federal regulations that we're expected to follow. If there are any questions, please let us know. spring track coach, elementary school teacher. This one finally gets paid for doing what she's been doing. And teacher mentoring plan. Please let me know if there are any questions on the following items.
Just regarding the substitute teachers, are we fully staffed or do we have any concerns about subs? Did the pay increase help?
But very much so. Thank you for that.
Great.
How many new substitutes did we get
During the summer?
during the summertime? We had a big push for that, right? Didn't we bring in a couple?
Just for the summer alone, I'm going to say 4 to 5.
What the, if I may ask a question, Kelly, I don't know if this would be to, Mrs. Quino, the teacher mentoring plan,
Yes.
what is that?
For the teachers that are new, that need, a veteran teacher to mentor them while they're here. We have to follow a plan. We have to submit it to the state to have approval for, that they follow in order when they meet with each other, that they document the time and what they've done and how they've helped them since, while they're here.
Is this a new program?
No.
Okay.
Okay, can I get a motion to vote on A through L? For a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Cummins,
Yes.
Ms. Frondor,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. Luciano,
Yes.
Mr. Metz,
Yes.
Mr. Norton,
Yes.
Mrs. Malinko,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you. Communications did not meet this month. Township, anything to report?
I know the second meeting got canceled. I don't know.
I didn't attend this, meeting. There was nothing on the agenda. They discussed the, class 3 officer in executive session, but there's no notes to share about whatever was discussed, but that was the only thing that pertained to us.
Thank you. All right, for a new business, board meeting calendar date for a special meeting between now and September 1st. And this will be a very quick meeting to approve superintendent-principal contract. Fingers crossed. I suggest that we schedule it as late as possible to give Juan and our attorney enough time.
You think that's going to be done by September 1st?
We're gonna try for it real quick.
I am not super confident. Caroline, did you see the email that I sent? Are you good with leaning in?
Oh, yeah, to go an executive. I would like to submit our answers tonight
Perfect.
to our attorney.
All right,
So
then
that we can
in
work
that
around.
case, then I don't have major concern. I mean, I have minor concerns, but I don't have major concerns.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
so
what's the first day of school?
September 2nd.
Naturally. What's the time frame that we need to announce a meeting like that?
2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
For a special meeting?
I don't know. That's more.
No, it's like 48 hours.
48 hours in the newspaper, it depends on, it's 2 newspapers, 48 hours in advance, but it might take a newspaper
A
2,
turnaround
3,
time.
5 days to do it. So it all depends on when I make notification. I believe Tuesday for one of them is the cutoff to have it done. Otherwise I have to wait for the following Tuesday.
Understood.
It's all publication schedule.
That'd be great.
Didn't
Yes.
they amend that?
Yeah, yes, they did. However, part of it is you have to notify the state. And when I questioned the attorney, who at the state do you notify? That has not been announced yet. So how do I comply if I don't know who to send it to?
Shocker. Okay.
The height of
So-
efficiency.
If we choose a date tonight, could we do the 28th, 29th, which would be next Thursday
But that should be plenty of time.
for the newspaper to post it?
Well, definitely, yes.
Okay,
Carolyn, I'm sorry. Is there harm in just making it the first, the day before?
that's Labor Day.
Oh,
Yeah, and no offense, but I don't want to hang out with you people. I like you all, but I don't like you that much.
well, you're not coming to my Labor Day party.
We're all, listen, it's a different conversation.
Since the 29th is the Friday of Labor Day weekend, can we shoot for a very, very, very short meeting on the 28th? We can do 5 o'clock, 5:30, for whomever.
I will be out
Could we have
of
a
town
quorum? You're gonna be out of town?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
all next week.
We need a quorum, so we just need 4 of us. I'll be here, 2, 3, 4.
I'll say yes.
What day did you say?
Thursday, the 28th.
The 20, oh yeah, I
Oh,
can,
no, wait,
That's
I'll be out
fine.
of town. I can't do this one.
All right, so down to 5. Colleen, will you be here?
I can do that.
Okay, so we have 5.
At what time?
5:30? Is that good?
Do we want to do 4:30 so I can tell my boss I have to sign off early?
Say that again?
Oh, I was,
We have 5.
I was quipping and saying, do we want to do 4:30? So I can tell my boss I need to do other things on the Thursday before Labor Day and I can not work at Factech. Do we want to do 4:30?
I'm around.
It's the Thursday before Labor Day. Can we do 4:30 and just
Mark and I would love.
knock it out?
That's fine.
Let everyone go home, like let Mark and, I mean, I'm usually the one that's like, no, please, let me finish my work. But like, in all honesty, if we're gonna do the Thursday before Labor Day weekend,
4:30?
4:30.
So August 28th at 4:30. 4:30 PM, special meeting to hopefully approve the superintendent principal contract. Of course, we will notify everybody if that's not possible, but we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and try.
Yeah.
Hannah County, I believe the next meeting is like September 24th, 26th.
Yeah, we didn't.
All right, more public comment. Is there anyone else? Do I have to read it?
Yes, anybody want to come up? Yeah.
Anybody wants to read it? Okay. Right. No public comment, no takers. North Franklin Township Board of Ed will go into executive session for the above stated reasons. We hereby declare the discussions will be made public. Can I get a motion to approve the above executive session resolution for the Franklin Township Board of Education adjourning to closed session to discuss legal and personnel matters? When the length of time for the executive session is expected to be approximately 30 minutes, after which meeting shall reconvene and proceed with business where an action may be taken. Can I get a motion? In a second. And it's 7:36 PM. So we have, the next regularly scheduled meeting is September 16th, but we just scheduled special meeting for next Thursday, the 28th.
28th at 4:30.
At 4:30 PM. So the next meeting is the 28th at 4:30, and then after that, it's the 16th at 6:30. Can I get a motion to adjourn? And a second. 8:55, adjourned. Have a good evening.